though it was Pronex they killed on the plateau, because normally that'd be Olofmeister. So when you get Pronex instead, that's a huge sign that something has gone very wrong, but they actually got the right call anyway. Envy, this time, they're getting shot down in that B bomb site. They don't have armor. They've got one flashbang on Apex, and he's very nearly dead.
Yeah, they're not going to get caught out by any pistol play this time around. EnVyUS trying a few little boosts there, but it's getting read very easily by Fnatic, and Olofmeister making sure it's a clean round. Apex, the last man standing in no man's land away from the bomb here, just going to try and stick hold of this CZ and see if he can get anything from it. So Fnatic is going to be moving in towards the next round. 7-4 up. They'll be happy with their T-side, but there is plenty more rounds to be had here, and they're going to hope they can get everything away from EnVyUS.
Fnatic is playing a very smart game at the moment. They're making sure they don't give too much away at the start of the round, see if there's a possibility to get a pick towards B, and if not, they focus their attention back to A, leave a lurker into B, keeping the attention there. CT's peeling away, and they make their execute onto the site, and it's very clever. But now they take their 7th round on the board. This is where it gets interesting for EnVyUS, as now, of course, FAMAS is out. Again, another difficult situation for them. They have managed to get 1 round on the board since the pistol. It's been a difficult first half for them, actually.
FAMAS is in the hands of MBK, Kyo and Apex. Buy what you can time for EnVyUS to try and stop the rot that Fnatic are starting. It's Olofmeister that's been the problem. Happy's been boosted up this time towards the tree, and Kyo really not being able to stop this platform play that Olof and Pronex have been engineering every single round.
Well, there's a pop flash through, allowing Olof to get out on the platform to see if he can once again find an opening. He's got the AK in hand, then a flashbang is going to force back Happy, who's playing on that bomb site, and Olof still looking for that opening. Happy taking the bait, almost walks into the shot, but now they're going to double peek him, and he does go down. Nice shot from Happy, and that's going to give a lot of confidence to Envy. But more than anything, I think they need Kenny to get back in this game here. It's 12 rounds, and he's got 1 kill.
He's absolutely dropped off now, but like you said, they get the advantage, and they need to fall back now, make sure they don't give a frag away, and this is middle advancement from Fnatic.
Apex is going to be pivotal here. They're all going to run straight towards him. Pronex goes down, Flusher will respond, and JW quickly catches Kenny S. He's not going to get another frag this game. Happy back on site with MBK and Kyo now coming in. Got to try and keep them at bay here. Happy just on site. Crims is going to push on round, but MBK manages to find Flusher. Happy gets the spray down. That's the bomb carrier. Now JW trying to rescue his orb, trying to keep it in his hands. He doesn't manage to land the shot, and Happy will reply. Then EnVyUS take the round and the orb for Kenny S.
Well, hopefully now they have got the AWP on his hand. We've seen him try to go towards middle and get some information there, and he seems to be getting locked out with the flashbangs and the smokes. Maybe just putting him in the back of B is going to be the most sensible option here. Instead of trying to take the fight to them, just hold back and see for that lurk to come in, and then he can control the bomb site in that sort of way. But let's see where he does go towards. Let's see going towards long A, maybe going for some more aggressive plays here, and this can be a difficult angle to pick.
You mentioned it earlier on, Anders, that they're just not challenging out at long A any rounds at all, and we are into the 13th round now. It's all on Olofmeister basically trying to eke some sort of opening and again his strong platform.
I'd be very worried if I was Fnatic right now. Envy are showing that they know how to control this plateau. Olofmeister, shot to the face. It's going to be a quick trade. JW for NBK. Pronex with the underhand flash through. Can they take down Happy? He turns around, but he goes down anyway. And a lot of trouble for Kiyoshima. He's alone. Backup is far away, and they're all coming for him. They're coming through the door here. And actually, Fnatic a bit slow, and that might cost them. Kiyoshima gets the kill, pistols out, and Flusher will take him down. And now it's a 2v3.
Apex spots one around the other side, but he manages to get Flusher. That's the bomb carrier. Kenny S joins him. He's the only man left. He's got 1 kill in the entire game so far. And that is all he will have because Crims executes him. And Fnatic get themselves another round on the board.
So another round where Kenny S is redundant, not really turning up at all. He's left in a 2-on-1 situation trying to clutch that. That's why I said getting to a back of B with the AWP seems to be more viable for them. At least he can find some confidence there. Now some easy shots coming in with Olof pushing up against that upper platform. So much there, but once again, they are on an eco here. There's actually going to be a force buy as well. So Desert Eagles, head armor as well, and we can see once again Fnatic heading towards the B bomb site. Olofmeister leading the charge as usual, but a big round here. We know they can do it there. JW takes an Apex things to open it up.
Very delayed smoke, and Olofmeister just strolls on through, gets a glimpse of MBK. That grenade's going to bounce straight back at him. Kyo trying to get anything, something, nothing. Things landing. Olaf will get tagged out by Happy, and that's going to be a rifle going to Kiyoshima as he hops up on there and collects it, but it's A-side that they're looking towards.
Kenny's here, and he might get a kill if he's good at it here. No, but not going to happen. The UMP from Flusher will take him down. Kenny's having the struggle of a lifetime here. Happy up in the bomb site, 5-7 in hand, and Flusher will go down. MBK falls in return. It's still a 2v3, and that shot close range with the AWP from JW will drop him in. It's all on Kiyoshima with no grenades, with no kits. Henry, would you go for it?
Definitely not. Judging how we're going to go into the last round after this, you want to have as much money as possible. And if we take a look at what they've got right now, they're going to have absolutely nothing. It's going to be another pistol round. So if they can make sure they can save his AK, at least they have a fighting chance of taking the next round.
I love Kenny as much as anybody, but this is one of the reasons why originally when he was on Berry Games, they ended up trading him for Shox because they were worried about these high pressure situations and how he responded to them. I'm not saying that's necessarily what's happening here, but he needs to find a personal way back in the game.
I don't feel like he's been utilized correctly though. Like I said, they could have just easily had the solution there by stabilizing the economy, making sure they got him in a comfortable position, but he's just been on the other side of the map every single time. Wherever Fnatic have gone, they're just falling for the bait every time. But we go into the last round of the half now. You can see a couple of Famises there, but Fnatic are well aware of what's going on in this situation. They change up their pace a little bit. The bomb heads towards long A.
And they're finally, like, as you say, going long A. Kenny's going to try and toss that nade out. The weak point has been spotted, and at the moment, Kenny is not having a very good performance here. And unfortunately for you guys at home, none of those Kenny-esque Dragon Lords are dropping just yet. That's for sure. Can he hold them at bay? Smoke down. They are so limited on resources. EnVyUS being tested all across the map. Olofmeister once again just pulling away weapons, but wow, Crimson's gone down. Apex gets a double, can't quite make it a triple. And now Kenny, you have to deliver for your team now as Flusher gets a peek across, but it's not to be. And Flusher gets the kill and the bomb recovered. It's a 2-on-3 though. Still, EnVyUS could do it.
And MBK with another Deagle kill. It seems like that's just a bad omen. Whenever he starts up, he seems to always finish very strong with that weapon. 35 seconds, and Flusher, he's got a double, but he's going to have to get an ace here to close out the round. And I think this is actually a huge difference. 10-5 or 9-6. If Envy get that 6th round, I think they're still very competitive in this map, and it could turn up either way here. And second half, let's see if Kenny can't make it back. We've got 2 people on A and just NBK with a Deagle on the B bomb site. Flusher walking in and he instantly gets shot down. And now it's going to be a bomb plant with a smoke to boot here. Are you ready, D-Man?
It's happening.
There was just 10 seconds on the clock. MBK, if he could have just stayed prone, anything hidden, it's easy to see. The benefit of hindsight is a wonderful thing, but they are lining up for Flusher now, and Happy running headlong into the crosshairs. Flusher not going to land the shot though, and it will be 9-6. Is that the round, ladies and gentlemen? You see what it means, Flusher and JW there. A wry smile, but it could very well have been 10-5.
Wow.
Was definitely stacked against him, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's 9-6 Fnatic, the second half underway. Fnatic, are they just 7 rounds away from victory, their 3rd major, or can EnVyUS take it to a 3rd map?
And look how ready Envy were for that counter boost up and drop zone, because they did it themselves. MBK charging in, but he's going to get shot down. Flusher and Olofmeister, and Flusher again. Another headshot. Kenny returns, and it's about time. He's still got the Glock and 20 bullets left. Can he find the kill? He goes down to Pronex, and that's going to leave Happy alone. He was far away from his team, and they all got butchered in that A bomb side.
It's going to be Happy here. No bomb. 1 minute remaining. He really hasn't got a hope. He needs to find a couple of frags very quickly, because as long as Fnatic don't make a huge mistake here, this is the pistol round in their favor.
And you would expect the next 1, maybe 2 rounds to follow as well. And that will take Fnatic into double digits, and that's a very nerve-wracking situation for any NV fan out there. Little tap down with the USPS gives Happy's position away. Nobody really showing. Everybody has an angle to an impossible situation, and it is 10-6, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic they're getting close to doing it.
Interesting approach from them that round. Like we discussed how strong the drop-down area can be. They actually opted to send for their team towards the long A area, but that actually run into the bomb zone, running into the silent USP is getting completely locked down there. But that's going to be another round on the board for Fnatic. 10 for them now. Of course, the force buy comes in from EnVyUS. They didn't get a bomb down, but they have got 5 Tech 9s, 5 sets of armor, and 1 flashbang. Suggests it has to be something very fast, and maybe they can finally utilize that drop-down area to some advantage here.
Look at Olofmeister and Flusher. They've gone very aggressive over on A site. Got a good peek around there. MBK was covering it off, but they're fully expecting this drop. They're just going to pile on straight through. It's going to be a fast play from EnVyUS. They have to get themselves round, but they have to start landing the shots, and Crims is just going to get a beautiful spray down alongside Pronax, and that attack has been stopped dead in his tracks. JW will manage to land the 3rd shot, and MBK now all alone gets himself 1 on Flusher, but that will be all they got. That was a force, and that's going to take Fnatic to 11-6 and an eco for Envy.
Unfortunately, that was just so predictable from EnVyUS, I'm afraid. Most teams will try that in that situation. EnVyUS, of course, famous for force buying in these situations, and then going towards that. So the only real viable option you have is trying to get through drop down and force your way out of there. Fnatic was so prepared for it, locked them down, made sure they had crossfires set up there, and now we're looking down the barrel of 12 rounds on the board for Fnatic.
At least Envy, normally in those situations, they do enough damage that they might even be tempted to do another force-up. That's how they grind teams down. But Fnatic, they didn't lose that much. And now Flusher coming up here with the submachine gun, dropping Kenny and the bomb. And a bit of a grenade follow-up here. You can tell clearly who's in control of this match right now. Fnatic are dictating the pace of the game, and Envy, they're playing a game of catch-up, and they don't have the rounds for it. They need to get back in as soon as they have rifles. Another kill for Flusher, and we're looking at 5 versus 3.
They're showing such aggression on these anti-ecos as well. They know they've got absolutely nothing to play with. Most teams will be holding back and saying, let's wait for them to come to us. They're showing their dominance right now, getting these kills all over the map and not even dropping a single man themselves. A clean sweep of Fnatic there. So just showing how confident they are right now, and it looks like they actually may be going into this one with a huge advantage and maybe keeping the Max 7 and the SMG there just to get the bankroll rolling and keep applying the pressure to Team EnVyUS there.
You gotta wonder, is this time of a pause, Envy?
I'd say probably is at this situation, just because they need to work what's going on. MBK did point out he's got a Zeus there, so he's having a good time.
Feeling fruity. We'll see how close he gets with that one. It is going to be an aggressive boost coming out. JW will be getting up there, but Happy is ready and waiting for him, and he's going to rush straight in towards him, and Happy will get that opener. So is that the advantage that they need? Flusher lingering. Look at this little boost. Get himself in towards the corner. He's going to try and get a glimpse, but Olofmeister with a spray down, almost catching Kiyoshima out there. Kenny S does have to back away. Flusher got himself the kill over on A long. And this is still a very even matchup, but it is Fnatic coming out on top in the exchanges.
Oh wow, the SMG actually doing work for Flusher. A double, almost a triple there. Kenny getting tagged in the face, but doesn't do quite enough damage, and that's going to put it into a 3v3 here. And it feels like if anything has to work here for Enemy, it's going to be Happy leading the charge. He's top fragging, I think, at 18 kills currently. They might need him to step it up and just try and carry them through here, because otherwise Fnatic are going to make their way through there. Walking in towards the B bomb site. Olofmeister's alone, and if you're going to have one player on a bomb site, D-man, Olof might not be the worst one.
No, absolutely. If one man can do it, surely Olofmeister can. As much as he likes to call on his team being what helps him become one of the greatest players in the world, you cannot deny the fact that this man is a beast when he gets going. He doesn't quite get the triple spray down, but Happy has to get the plant in. He's only got 14 seconds remaining on the clock here. And Crimson Pronax pushing in. He gets himself another 3 health is all he has. The plant will go down. Crims just about to come around the corner. Happy has to try and land the headshot, but it's not going to be. And that is 13-6. Fnatic just 3 rounds from their 3rd major.
I was about to say Olofmeister did everything he could to lock them out there, but Happy, that's one of the cleverest players I've seen in a while. He knew exactly what the Siege is going to be doing. Fake the bomb plant, face the door, and even when he was blind, takes the kill down and gave himself a real viable chance there. But just to compliment Olofmeister again, holding that area for the perfect amount of time as well, smoking out the T's where the 30-second mark was there, and then forcing them to come out in a horrible position, and that pushes Fnatic now in touching distance of tournament point here. It's really exciting stuff. We've got the AWP out for JW as well, and he's going to be facing this long A area.
Well, no AWP for Kenny, but JW did have one. He didn't land the early shot. He ends up going down to 80 health instead. It's back down the middle, followed up by a grenade. He takes a little bit of damage, but kioShiMa is over at a B bomb site and trying to see if he can find an opening through the smoke. No one going down just yet, but a bit of damage onto JW is a good start.
Pronax with a quick spray down. That was in drop room, catches Happy out. But it is A-Long that was being worked. Flusha, though, not falling for it, not calling for any rotating. Fnatic are holding strong, and that's going to work completely against Envy here. That was a late smoke going down, 50 seconds on the clock. They are working into a very well set up Fnatic defense.
Pronax close to drop down here. Gotta be careful, they're coming and enforce. Apex around the corner. Pronax gonna get sprayed down. There's the opening, but Olofmeister's up on the box. He takes 1-2, turns a 180, but then kioShiMa shows up. And we're gonna be in a 2v2, 35 seconds. The bomb being put down, but look at this Flusha through the smoke, and he drops him. He's got 8 bullets left. kioShiMa has to go for the quad kill here to win the round and extend this series. Fnatic, they're dangerously close to a victory. 22 seconds, and it's ticking away. He has to commit or get the kill, one or the other. A flash out to buy time, and kioShiMa flanking all the way around. Flusha sees him, nearly drops him. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Flusha, is he gonna move closer? kioShiMa has to hold it down. 9 bullets, and he stops it. kioShiMa gets it. Oh my God. You're gonna be kidding. He actually wins that round, and it's 7-3. And Envy, they stay alive.
What a bait that was. The double fake plan to win the round, and that was one they absolutely needed. You can see them finally getting some money in their bank account. They had 2 galos that round, but what a play at the end.
As soon as he lets go of the bomb, if he gets this wrong, his Flusha is somehow in a place where he can't kill him. The round is done. He can't recommit to the plant in that time. That is a huge risk for kioShiMa.
Not only was he done, he'd be dead. That was a simple duel after the timer had run out as well. It was so big. Envy not done yet. Well, we were saying the same for Fnatic in the previous match on Dust 2. Now, can Envy try and cobble something together here and get themselves a couple more rounds on the board? Flusha being kept at bay over on long A, but that flash will give Envy pause for thought. And it's going to be a rotate once again. They're coming in, but Happy will get himself the opener. Pronax goes down. Is that going to draw their attention, or will it be a fake?
Good start here once again. JW though hiding in the smoke right underneath Happy, and Happy furiously spraying through, but he's not coming out on top. That Max 7 doing a lot of damage. But over at the A side of the map, we've got Flusha and Olofmeister very close to the action here. Olof going to be peeked into the middle of the flashbang, and Flusha picking up a kill on MBK.
That's going to give them serious problems. Apex going to come around the side, picks the AK up, and Olaf comes out on top in the straight-up one-on-one duel. And now Kenny and Happy are all that stand in the way of Fnatic's 14th round and possibly crippling Envy's economy.
They do it again, that perfect timing, pushing through the synergy with the flashbangs into middle, picking up a couple of frags, falling back, and that reaction as well, coming in from long A. Olofmeister somehow finds a kill as he returns there. But now we go into almost match point for Fnatic, and look at the money for EnVyUS. After winning that last round, they have absolutely nothing to play with here, and that's been a theme for this entire game.
Wow, there's so much going on in this game. I don't know, is it against tournament rules for have Happy play for both himself and Kenny? Could they do that? Because I feel like right now Happy's just seconds away from putting the whole team on his back and trying to see if he can pull this one through. They need to take an astonishing amount of rounds in a row, and it's not starting off well. Olofmeister picking up 1-2, he's got the pistol out, looking for more headshots. The bomb is down as well. This is a disaster for the Frenchmen, and Krim shows up down to 2.
They tried a similar tactic that worked for Fnatic, and Fnatic were not falling for it. They had the men in position, and that's left the bomb in no man's land. kioShiMa just going to get hunted down in drop room here. Happy's going to try and join him, but he's just hoping and praying that one of these deagles will land, but it's not to be. And Fnatic will be on championship point. Their 3rd major beckons. Love them or loathe them, you have to respect them. Fnatic could become modern-day Counter-Strike legends.
I think this may be it, guys. This is the last round potentially. Look at the bar they have, Tech 9s, AKs, but we saw Fnatic do it on Dust 2. There's no reason why EnVyUS can't dig deep now. They know everything's on the line. One more round will do it. What have they got left in the tank?
I mean, you could have been a bit worried as a Fnatic fan when you saw them play Luminosity on Mirage yesterday. That was a struggle. I think they could have lost 2-0 to VP, but look at the speed coming into it here. Grenade on through, and Envy, they're speeding up. JW missing a couple of shots, and they get 2 in return. Pronax in the back lines, and they're going to get the refrags here. Very low on health is happy, and they just keep on training it through. They can't stop now. Olaf with the kill as well. It's going to be Kenny with the refrag. Grenade on in. Happy's on 6 health. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to require a miracle and nothing less for Happy to make it out. I don't think there's any chance. Flusher looking to end this. It's going to be a 3rd title for Fnatic. They win a 3rd major championship in global offensive.
Wow, and what a way to finish it.
Their place at the top echelons of Counter-Strike history. They are by far the best team in CSGO.
What a moment it is. Olaf Meister, you look like you can't believe it.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I've never played the first game, the comeback. I don't know what to say.
Well, talk me through that comeback, because to all intents and purposes, you should have lost that first map.
Yeah, we should have lost that first map, but I think we have never played that good Counter-Strike on the T side of Dust 2 before. I don't know where it came from, but somehow we did it. I don't know.
I heard the casters saying it was godlike. When you're in that moment, when you're on that comeback, at what point do you believe it yourself?
15. I believe. We believe we can be down 15-0 and we can still believe. But it was that game was also very hard mentally. But it only proves that how good our team is. I don't know what to say.
How does it feel? Just talk me through the feelings of what it's like to know you've set all these records. You're now the first team ever to win 3 majors. You've won one back-to-back. How does that feel?
I have no words. I don't know what to say.
Listen, I'm not going to keep pushing it. What do you want to say about the rest of your team and how they played?
I don't know. I don't have any words. The feelings I have right now is undescribable. I don't know what to say.
I'm going to leave it there, Olaf Meister. Listen, I think you're going to get a rapturous applause from every single person in the Lanix Arena. It's been an unbelievable tournament. Put your hands together for Fnatic!
Fnatic are indeed your ESL 1 Cologne 2015 champions, winning back-to-back ESL events, but of course, more importantly, winning back-to-back majors. Now 3 major titles in their trophy case. 3 of them holding 3 of those, 2 of them now along with the back-to-back and 2-time major title holders. What a final. I mean, sure, we didn't get to see 3 maps, but we got to see an amazing team perform and prove that they are indeed the best right now.
The best team of the Counter-Strike Global Offensive history. I think that is pretty clear by this moment. And they just played overall great. I think Olaf said it pretty well. They have never played such a good TR on Dust 2. To do that in a major final, to come back from those deficits, it's just stunning.
Yeah, I mean, Moses, walk me through this, because that is exactly what it was. They didn't prove that they were the best because they stomped through the whole tournament, as we all celebrate here to get the we got
the
confetti here at the
timing
desk, too.
is like not there, unfortunately. But yeah.
But you know, they
the
climbed back into it.
Yeah, I mean that's just the hallmark of a good team, and I think, you know, and we'll let the crowd cheer for EnVyUS here, who had a great tournament run, actually, a fantastic tournament. This is a team that's going to be so good so soon.
Of course, I mean, they proved that they got to the finals so close to winning themselves, and the fans cheering for them.
Kenny must be devastated right now.
Yeah, he had probably the worst game of his career on that cobblestone game. And that's what I was talking about coming into last map there. How much will it affect him when they lost that Dust 2 game after being so far up and then ending up losing in overtime? And it just, obviously, they never had the economy to actually give him an op or whatever, but overall, just throughout the whole cobblestone game,
yeah, I mean,
he wasn't good enough. But I just want to point something out. We kept the major in Sweden. Congrats to me. And congrats to Team Fnatic.
Of course, congratulations going out to Fnatic, but really good to see everyone celebrating also how far EnVyUS has come. But yeah, let's keep the spotlight on Fnatic because they deserve it right now. The fact that they climbed back into the finals, they also climbed back at the semis too, when they were losing to VP. That's when you know you have such a strong team, because they never go down and out. They just go down, but they bounce right back up.
Yeah, 4 rounds away from actually going out in the semi-final against Fnatic or against Virtus.pro. It really didn't look good for them at that moment, but they're so good at controlling the map. I feel also like the way that every player on that team is just contributing is just insane. You see Pronex, a lot of guys have been like, yeah, he doesn't frag as much as the others. For this final, he did, and he also made some very important calls.
Yeah, he had one of the key rounds, the double spray down on ramp going up to A. That round right there, that spray literally won them that round.
Yeah.
That's the kind of performance that Pronex is capable of. That's why he has a spot on this team. It's not only the great mind, it's the fact that he can frag as well when needed.
Mm-hmm. The big thing to me is Olaf didn't have any words to describe his teammates out on stage there just in that moment, but he described it to us just a couple days ago during the group stage when he said, I don't like being called the best player in the world because I have the best teammates in the world. And that's true, that all of his teammates they carry each other, they lift each other up, they make them all better than any of them could be individually. And that's what we're seeing. That's why they're the greatest all time. That's why they won 2 back-to-back and 3 overall.
I mean, that's also one of the reasons, we can call him the best player in the world, but keep in mind, when he says he has the best teammates in the world, yes, he's 110% correct, because they are the best team in the world.
Well, there you have it. It's just that simple. Look at how competitive this entire tournament has been, and getting into the playoffs, 2-0s, yes, but battles nonetheless. Into the semifinals, 3 maps, each one, tooth and nail.
Of course.
3 of those players from Fnatic have won 3 majors, including the first major.
What a record.
That right there is legendary, no matter the game, the history. That right there is incredible.
You know, it was really fun to watch how people were watching this tournament throughout the week. People were starting to doubt as Fnatic showed some weaknesses against these teams. As these teams started to try to challenge them, they were like, does Fnatic also need another roster swap? Who's the weak link on Fnatic? But then they showed up at the finals, they were like, no one. All 5 of us are going to perform, and we're going to make sure we secure that trophy once again. Fnatic just nailing the coffin right there and making sure that everyone was reminded, you know, you can come this close to beating us, but if you can't beat us, that's the end of the story.
Exactly. You have to be decisive, and it just wasn't in Envy today.
Yeah, I mean, or was it? Because if they would have won that Dust 2 game, I mean, that's the thing,
well, what if? I mean, it breaks my heart to say, but what if Kenny didn't have 1 frag at the end of the first half?
I agree, but the thing is,
it breaks my heart. But that's the reality, is that you cannot have a godlike opera, a godlike player not show up for the final when you need him most.
I agree, but I feel like Kenny is one of those players that's just going to come back even stronger, right? And also, you can always say what if,
Yeah.
but they were having that massive lead on Dust 2. they would have had the opportunity to lose couple, and right now we would have been preparing for the Inferno game.
Could have been.
They can't. When they go home, they'll be so sad about that Dust 2 game that is absolutely insane.
Soul crushing.
Yeah, and I think that that's just the 2 maps they just lost are signs that we saw how good they've been as a new lineup so quickly. But the 2 reasons why they lost, they're just signs of a team that's so new together. And we forget that because of how well they played leading up to these finals.
Right.
Not being able to close out a team in a grand final, not being able to close out a team in any match is a sign of a team that's new together. They're still figuring out how to do that. That's where the next step is taken. And also just how deep the map pool needs to be. We talked about it in every map veto. Fnatic, deepest map pool. TSM, Virtus.pro, those guys, major winners, have very deep map pools. Yeah. Except for TSM, excuse me.
Well, after throwing Kenny under the bus, we do have to give kudos to Apex and Kenny. They haven't been in that situation.
Of course.
Exactly, right? This is their first time on that stage in a final battle. Three of their players have won a major title. They've been in that situation. They learned how to close it. Unfortunately, this is just another learning experience that they're going to have to take from it. Now, Apex and Kenny, they know that feeling. Next time, it won't be this way.
And just to point out as well, without Apex and Kenny, they would not be in the final.
Yeah.
The way that they've been
Exactly.
playing throughout the tournament, you have nothing to be upset about. Sure, you can be upset for now about losing the final versus Fnatic, but when you go back and look at it, the just pure talent you have on that team and what you succeeded throughout this major is something that you should be happy about. But one other thing I want to point out is I feel like EnVyUS will be stronger, but I feel like they are also one of those lineups which will fairly quick reach one of the highest levels. I feel like they have maybe 5-10% more in them. They would probably have been enough for this event to win the major. But the other team's also going to be stronger and stronger. They're going to keep fighting.
I mean,
let's
talk about that. But let's talk about that. I mean, how close, when you started listening to the what ifs, similar, and you guys were jumping in on all the other what ifs we could have. What if VP beat Fnatic? What if Luminosity beat Fnatic? Right? What if TSM beat? We could have had so many what ifs. And you're bringing up a good point that sure, Envy fans have hope. Envy players yourselves have hope. But at the same time, every other team is also going to come back stronger than ever.
I have one more what if. What if we close this show down and go drink some beer?
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Hold on.
Because, you know, I actually wanted to end with that because, listen, celebration to, of course, you four gentlemen, but everyone who was watching today, everyone who was here, congratulations to CSGO. We filled the Lanxess Arena. We were here for 4 days of an event. The MMC studio started off 16 teams down to the wire in the finals. Over 1 million people watching. An amazing weekend. What if Fiflaren comes back to NIP after this kind of failure and they go back to win a major? No follow-up. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching ESL 1 Cologne 2015 this weekend. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing your expert thoughts throughout the weekend and guiding us through as we watch Fnatic take another major title. Tell us what you thought of this show. Hashtag ESL1. And also, don't forget, CS continues with ESL and IEM San Jose later this year in North America. Should be just as explosive. For now, we'll see you guys later.
If I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Stop, drop, and pop it. And after you pop it, please put it in my pocket. Look here, I need a